Hey, what's up, guys? Anand here. So today I'm gonna learn about the Angular 5 with Angular 5 material. So I already did some videos on Angular 2 with Angular 2 material. So recently Angular 5 version released. So I'm just gonna try the Angular 5 material uh, with the navigation, the side navigation. Okay, so this is the official Angular site. You can see over here. Then getting started is this guy. So in order to uh, create a new Angular 5 project, we need to install the Angular CLI, which is one of the npm component used to create the Angular 5 projects. So this is the Angular 5 project site where you can see how to install and how to do stuff. So I'm going to run this command. So before that, make sure you have at least minimum npm version 3.x and then node version 6.9. So let me check my node version, which is more than 6, and then the npm version is 4. So I'm fine to do this one. So first I will install the Angular CLI globally. So -G is for install the component globally so that we can use it. So let me run this one. It will take some time. So meanwhile, let's see what is this Angular 5 material is. So Angular material is material design spec created by Google. So it's really nice to use with Angular. It fully supports Angular. So, and then if you see their components, it's pretty good to use. So some of their components, you can see their examples. So it's pretty like Google's Gmail app or Google's material design stuff. Let me go back to my stuff. It's still being installed. So you can see the different components over here. This is a date picker. So date picker, it has a very cool UI. And then this is the input. You can see over here. And then this is like a comment. And then they provide multiple stuff. And then you can see some select over here, like a combo box. And then their documentation is really decent. And then we can theme our own Angular material stuff like customized theme. We can create some customized theme. Okay, it's telling permission denied. So I need to use the sudo command before the Angular CLI. So let me try with sudo command. I need to enter my password. So let me go back here, side navigator. So I'm gonna try with the side navigator. So my objective in this video is to create a auto size side navigation like this. So it's pretty simple. So this is their source. So we need to use this material drawer container, and inside the material drawer we have a drawer, material drawer, uh, which is the site navigator, which is kind of a drawer, right? Like dragging and then pulling. And then we have a div, which is this button, the toggle site navigator. So this is what we're going to create. So it looks simple, but there are stuff we need to configure. So let's see what happened with the Angular CLI. Okay, it's successfully created. So once Angular CLI got installed, we can simply run this ng new and then our app name. So I'm gonna check whether ng is installed or not. So ng is already installed in my machine, so you can see over here. ng whatever. So let me clean, then ng new. Let me give my project name as Angular 5 mat demo or navigator demo. And let me open my atom editor. This is my old project. Let me open this project folder. So Regio, Angular material. So this is the folder I need to open. So if we open this one, let's see what will happen over here. And then let me close everything. Close all tabs. Don't save. Okay. So it's still being created. So once the project is created, we can use the inbuilt server, web server, using this command ng serve, and then dash dash open will automatically open your browser on this specific URL with the default port 4200. It will take a while. Okay, so we have successfully created our project. So we need to go inside this Angular 5 mat navigator. Then you can see all the stuff. So if we open the package.json, so you will see all the dependency got already saved over here. And you can see the version, the Angular 5.2, which is the latest version, got used by the ng client. And then, okay, so let me run the ng serve and then dash dash open to open in a browser. I think it may not work. I didn't run the npm install, but let's try what will happen over here. So by default, it's using the webpack. Okay, it seems like it worked perfectly, so you can see. And cool. So let's go through the source over here. The entry JS or entry point of source is the main.ts. So you can see over here in the main.cs, we are importing the app module, which is the root module for our entire application. So the app module is under app and then app.module. So this is using the ES6. So app and then app.module is the file over here. And then app.module is using the app component. So app component is nothing but this one, app.component.ts. And then if you see over here, this is the app component. The selector is the app root, which is kind of a directive. And then template URL is app component.html. And then the app component CSS is the CSS used by the app component. And then if you open the app component HTML, so these are the stuff we are seeing over here in the browser. So cool. So let's try the Angular material then. So this is the Angular materials. So before going to that, we need to go to the getting started stuff. So first stuff, we need to install the Angular material and Angular CDK. So let me copy this. So we can do in two manner. One is using the npm, the other one is with the yarn. So I'm going with the npm. So let me open a new shell command, and then I'm already inside the project over here. So let me paste it and then let's run it. So once we install the Angular material, the next step is so there is an alternative as well, but we are not going with the alternatives. The step two is animation. So I think we already install the animation when we create the project using the you can see the animation already, right? Like so, but anyway, let's follow their step. Um, so the next step to install the Angular animation. Okay, and then we can see Angular material and Angular CDK got installed. You can see the Angular material version, which is 5.1.0. So let me install the Angular animation. So once that is done, what we have to do is we need to import this one into our root module. So in our case, our root module is the app module. So let me copy this and then app module. So browser animation module needs to be import. So it's not only simply import, we need to import in the ng module as well. So you can see over here in the ng module, we have an import like an array of imports. So I'm gonna add this browser animation model, which is already imported in this file. So okay, so we did this one, this part, this is fine. And we need to import the components modules. For example, if you want to use the material button, material checkbox module, all those things we need to do. I'm not going to do it right now because I'm going to follow the navigator, and then this is like to include a theme. So we need to copy this one, and then we can see the styles.css under the root folder. So I'm just gonna paste it over here. So in the coming videos, we will see how to customize our own theme. But in this video, we will simply use the default Indigo Pink CSS. And then this is like a gesture support. So some components rely on the Hammer.js for gestures. So we need to import this, sorry, we need to install this Hammer.js first. So once we install, then we can import it. We can see already the Angular material is already installed. So let me install the Hammer.js. So once the Hammer.js got installed, so we need to import the Hammer.js into the main.ts. So the main.ts, you can see over here, here is the main.ts. So we also imported the Hammer.js as they mentioned in their site. So that's it. So these are like optional stuff. We don't use the system.js, so we don't need to worry about the appendix. Cool. So we have successfully set up our Angular material stuff. So let's try with the side navigator, which is this auto sizing stuff. So I'm going to copy their source code over here. So this is their source code, and then this is the view source. So let me open it in the Stack Blitz. So first we need to import all these modules, but we don't need to import everything, but let me copy this material design related stuff to our app module. So over here, let me copy it. And then the next step is, let me go back over here. So the TS is the main thing. So we will simply use the app component TS right now. And then this is like the CSS they have provided. Let me copy it as for now. And then let me paste it in the app component CSS over here. And then if we go to the HTML, so this is the HTML part, let me copy it. And then let me go to the app component HTML. So I will replace everything with the copied material drawer stuff. And yeah, so you can see over here, this is like automatic stuff. The ng-so is kind of automatic stuff. So let me refresh my screen. We are facing some issue. Let's fix it. Developer tools. So it says mat drawer is not known element. So we made one mistake, is we just imported from the Angular material, but we should do the same stuff into the ng modules as well, as I mentioned before. Otherwise the Angular won't know what is the stuff. So we need to import into the imports array of imports, and then let's see what will happen over here. It's recompiling. Okay, we don't see anything. That's cool. Here we go. So we just created the navigator. So let me do some stuff. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just gonna replace these containers with my name. So I don't want to use like example or something like that. So I'm replacing all the CSS class name with my name, like Anand, something like that. So in the HTML also, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to replace example with Anand. So replace all. And then the same stuff over here. Okay, so let me do some stuff in the CSS. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove the entire width and height. So you can see over here, now it's like this. And then what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna use this side navigator content. Let me see over here. So this is the side navigator, right? So this is the on and side navigator. So what I'm gonna do, the side nav on and right. So let me give this height as some 100%. Okay. Let me give this align item to flex start, and then over here flex end. This is going over there, so let me give flex start over here as well, so that it will come over here. Yeah, so this looks fine. And then let me give some name over here. Instead of toggle site navigator, let me give some uh, name as home or something like that, so that this is like a home screen. So we don't have any site navigator, right? So let's work on this one. So this is site navigator content. So in the content, um, just given height like this. So instead of this, let me give some height like 1400 pixel, and then let's see how it's gonna be. Cool. So now we can see the site navigator, you know, and then I don't give any width. Width is taken by automatically, and this guy. So let me remove this paragraph over here. Also this one. So this is like a home button, and when we click home, let's give like something like login or something like that, and then we can give multiple buttons. So let me copy the same buttons. Login, profile, language. So these are like some 3 buttons are just given. So when we toggle on home, so we can see like 3 different buttons. This is in the row, right? I don't like in the row. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna give some div to separate the buttons into a row. So let's see how it's gonna be. Here we go. So now it's like a column, right, instead of a single row. But we can see some it's still like without any space, right? So we need to make sure the buttons has same stuff, like a same width and same height. So what I'm gonna give here, some style over here. So I'm gonna give the stylus width to 100%. So the same stuff with all the buttons. So even for this button, and then for this button. So we should be able to see all the buttons in the same width. So here we go. So the buttons are in the same width, but still there is no gap between the buttons, right? So what I'm gonna do here is the next attribute as margin bottom as some 5 pixels. So when we give this, there should be a gap at the margin bottom. So here we go. So this is only for this button, right? So we need to give everything. So let me give even 10, and then let me copy the same stuff for all the buttons. So let me see here. It's interesting. Okay, I missed the S. That's why. Okay. Cool. So now we see some gaps over here, right? But giving the same stuff over and over, it's not looks good. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna copy this entire property, and then in the app.css, I'm gonna give a name as unend button. So over here I'm gonna give all this stuff like this so that it's a proper way to do so. So let me copy this class, and then in the HTML let me give the class as unend button, and then let me do the same stuff uh, for the entire class equal to unend button. So let me replace all. Also over here it should be class. Okay, cool. So now the buttons aligns properly. But if you see here, we can use some background, right? Like for the site navigator. So what I'm gonna do here is this is the site navigator CSS class. So let me see over here. This is the site nav, right? So okay. So let me give some background color. Background color equal to let me go to the flat UI site, flat UI colors. So let me pick some colors. So this is one of the color I'm just using, and then let me give this color over here, and let's see how it will be. Nothing happened. Okay. So let me inspect this element. What is this element is? So let me give the background color equal to, oops, background color equal to whatever the color I copied. Okay, here we go. So it looks good, right? Like you can see over here. So now if we toggle, you can see a site navigator color is like this. And also we can give a color to this entire button tab over here, right? Like, so also I can give different buttons. So not only home, let me give like home, uh, you know, like customer, or like something like cases. So you can see here like different kind of menu buttons. So this is like home, and this is like customer. This is like cases. I know for some reason, let me remove this double quotes. Might be the double quotes might be a problem. Let's see what's happening over here. Yeah, so double quotes has some issue. And this is like a material button. So you can see over here, right? And what I'm going to do here is let me give the same color for the entire the header menu. So I'm going to copy the same color and then paste it for this guy. Let's see how it's going to be. Cool. But this is like, okay, so not for this. Let me give for the container. It's not even here. Okay, so let me give some height as 200 pixel, and then width as 500 pixel. So let's see how it's gonna be. But anyway, so I think at least we made some basic Angular material site navigator. So in my future videos, I will try each and every examples they have provided. So thank you very much for watching.